Anime Summit, episode 57.
What do you mean?
They're all stupid.
Wait, stop.
The show is stupid. You're stupid. Move on.
Hello and welcome to the Anime Summit podcast. I am Quokka, and with me I've got Mac.
I had something clever to say, but then I completely forgot. So, yeah. Hi.
Also got the voluptuous Sam.
What's up? What's up?
And the always too loud Nick.
Yo, yo, yo!
Nice one,
And
dude.
this is our spring review episode. But yeah, we will, since I was just at Anime Expo for the last weekend, instead of
And I was at
spending
Convergence.
too much time in this episode talking about that, we're going to do another episode where we just talk about that later as like
Sometime.
an AO thing,
Later
which will
on.
just be on the RSS feeds and stuff. So if you're only a
Even though-
YouTube listener, subscribe on the other things.
So are we changing the format of the AOs now to where it includes cons instead of just lewd crazy shit?
The AOs were just for things that don't make sense for a real episode.
Yeah, lewd crazy shit, right?
Or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
AO
know.
was
There was
just
some
for, like,
lewd
whatever.
stuff going on at AX, though. Mother's basement's a sexy guy. I'm just saying.
He's talking about sex.
Did you
Oh, name dropping already.
did you have
Okay.
to touch your pee-pee?
I have a name drop. Joseph Scrimshaw. He was on that board game with Will Wheaton, so
But I
saw
think
him.
the most important thing is that Pokemon Go came out today for everybody.
Oh, big fucking whoop.
I have
I really don't care.
Eradicate that's like 267 CP, and I just
Is
got
he the
the
top
game.
fucking percent, like all Rattatas are the top percent? What was that meme?
Dude, I freaking hate Rattatatas. Those little fucking
They're just so
God, dude.
common, so it was really easy to
anytime
level it
you
up.
run in the grass, it's just like Rattata, Rattata, Rattata. Oh
There's
my
Pokemon
God,
in the tall
dude.
grass, man.
I think it's a metaphor for being a hot girl. Like every guy looks like a Rattata. You know what I'm saying? She's like, bitch, repel. And then she maces you.
And then a random
then
Raticate
uses
shows up, and then
escape
you're like,
rope.
oh, shit.
Oh, sure. Sam, what do you think about Pokemon Go?
It's stupid.
All right, next
Sam's
topic.
so mad about Pokemon
And on that bombshell.
Dude, I already, okay, but I friggin' called it, okay? I already did an episode of this on my other show about how it was gonna suck, and everybody thinks it's amazing because you can catch Pokemon with your video camera. And it's like, except it's not a Pokemon game at all.
Go. Yeah, I
Like,
definitely think.
Wait, is it like Pokemon Snap, where you take a camera, you take pictures of Pokemon like bending over?
No. I
no,
can totally
dude.
understand why they don't have it be like proper Pokemon battles for every little Pokemon that shows up, just because of the sake of being a mobile game and you're trying to.
No, that I get, but
But, yeah, the gym battles should really be a bit more conventional, I think.
Like I thought it was just gonna be like a legit Pokemon game, and then except for catching Pokemon, you just kind of, you don't
Play
have to
stupid
fight
little
all of
minigame.
them. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you.
If
feel
I wanted
you.
to play Ingress, I just would have. I don't know.
But then it wouldn't be Pokemon. Do you see the problem here?
Yeah, except, look, I'd rather be in a cave, getting tackled by a million Zubats than play that game.
Well, you
Let's
can
be
go to
real.
a cave
Sam-
and get attacked
Sam
by a
just
million
wants to
Zubats
be-
in the game.
Sam just wants to be the very best.
Yeah, but I want to be the best for real. Like, I ain't gonna be the best playing that game.
Oh, but one thing I do want to say about the things I saw at Anime Expo. Your Name by
Oh,
Makoto
here we go.
Shinkai. Be fucking excited for it. It is fucking brilliant. We'll talk about more of that later. But
No, it's better than
Fucking
Your
A.
Name.
fucking
Mad
A.
Max Fury Road, which I saw at like a year too late, but it's fine. Which is better, Mad Max Fury Road or Your Name?
Your Name.
Maybe we could debate that next time.
Wait, what's better, Your Name
2
or
months.
Your Lie in April? Because they both start with your.
Oh,
So they got to be
man,
the
look
same
at
thing, right?
that. I would say Your Name is better.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably the same thing.
Your Name in December. That's a good show.
I bet it's like a sequel, like your. There's like a little apostrophe
What is it,
in
like
there or some
calories?
shit.
Whoa,
What's your
spoilers.
name?
Spoilers, Mac. We're gonna have to bleep that.
It
We're gonna have to
happens.
bleep it.
Gonna have to bleep it.
But don't make the bleep way too fucking loud like every other podcast. Make it like medium length, loud,
Make it like medium.
What?
loud.
You should
What's the word for volume? There we go.
medium loud.
Make it like medium. Loud.
I was gonna say length. I'm like, girth.
Need to make it medium loud.
Make it medium.
I'll get
girth.
right on that, Nick. I'll get right on that. I'll make sure the
That's what
loud
she said.
gauge is put right in the middle.
Yeah, do it. Get on that.
And cool story, bro.
Oh, and there's one thing I want to talk about. We got new art for our character girls that are going to be on the YouTube videos. So you should go check that out if you aren't a YouTube person. We're doing all kinds of things. We're YouTubers getting some things, other people getting other things. You got to follow us everywhere, I guess. That's just what you got to do.
So our new characters, are their heads going to flop around like the Canadians on South Park?
No, they're not Canadian. They're American. USA.
Wait, what about the
What are
old
you
one?
saying,
What about
guy?
the old chibi art?
Mine's
What?
not American. Mine's half Thai and half
What
Mexican.
was that?
about our old character designs?
What about them? They're just going to stick around in the archives?
So we're gonna be swapping them out for the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
guy.
Okay, just
For
make
this,
it clear.
for this
I
episode,
wasn't sure.
this to start year 2, I guess. We get new girls. But then
Yeah,
also,
Bitches.
we got a question from a fan on the Twitters. If you want to ask us a question for the show, tweet at us at Anime Summit and hashtag Ask Anime Summit. Complicated. I don't know how to do that better than that. But the question comes from Super Sloth Poucher, which is at
Is it a
LOL
poacher?
Blinko.
Is it a sloth poacher or a poucher?
Sloth Poucher. Probably poacher,
Poucher.
but
It'd
Poucher.
be really easy to be a sloth poacher. You just fucking like walk up to him. Can't get away.
I'd rather put him in a pouch. Seems more fun. Anyway, he asks, who are your favorite characters from your favorite shows? Which I know Nick has been wanting us to do this as a full topic, but he's not going to get a full topic because it's a fucking terrible idea. But we can do it as a
Then why are we reading his question?
Because it's not a bad thing as an ask question. It's a bad thing as an episode topic.
So it's got to be our favorite girl from our favorite show.
No,
Well,
not
or
a
favorite guy.
Girl. What was the question? Was that
From
just
our
it?
favorite show.
Favorite characters from your favorite shows.
Okay.
That seems
Does anyone
pretty
wanna
simple,
start?
pretty straightforward.
Favorite characters from my favorite shows.
Hamaru from Mahashoujo Madoka Magica.
Hamaru.
Madaka,
She had a
Madaka.
hammerhead.
Hamaru and
did
Madoka
nothing wrong.
Magica.
Hamaru did nothing wrong, okay?
Ping Megukai.
Didn't she do something wrong in the movie though?
Nope. Hamaru did nothing wrong.
Was she in the cake song in the movie? I don't remember.
No.
Yeah, she was.
Okay,
she
then,
was.
Yeah, you're
Remember?
right. She did nothing wrong.
It
She
was
in
the
that
cake-
song. She was right.
The cake goes round and round. Is the cake a Kemi-san? And no, she's the melon.
I don't know.
My favorite character is Boruto.
Is that from fucking Gurren Lagann or something?
No, it's from Naruto. It's his son. Anyways, don't ask me.
I
how
thought you meant
know
like the
that.
hamster from Gurren Lagann.
Dude, my favorite character is Hamtaro from Hamtaro. No, just kidding.
No,
Did you
Bijou
see
from
the Gainax
Hamtaro.
version
Come
of
on,
Hamtaro?
man.
oh yeah,
Have some good
Bijou.
taste.
Bijou, the little Frenchie.
Yeah, she was white with
Hey
a
yo,
blue bow.
hey yo,
Give
I
a
got,
real
I got
fucking
something.
answer, son.
I got
God.
something. I got something. Hey Nick, you're really gonna like this one.
Probably.
Binken-chan from Shimoneta.
Was she the girl who drew with her mouth?
No, she's a side character.
God, did she even have any speaking lines?
I was also going to say Chio
Shit,
Sakura
Nana.
from Gekkan Shoujo is wonderful. She's great.
Dude, my favorite
I just
character
had to say
let's
that
be
just to
serial.
piss Nick off.
I don't even know who it is. So.
Probably Akito Tenkawa from Nabisco scale, because he's like a
feel you.
badass without being a badass.
I feel you.
I don't. But then, like in the movie, he's like a complete badass. But then,
Does he
like
ha-
the movie,
does he have
weird.
a nice man stomach? Some nice abs?
He's actually kind of like a skinny, lengthy guy, but he's like a chef. So it's weird.
In all seriousness, though, going back, got to give a serious answer. Since I'm a Clannad fanboy, my favorite one, just favorite character in general, I'm gonna have to go with Akio Furokawa.
Is that from Clannad?
Dude, I literally just said that.
Did you say it was from Clannad? I don't even remember, dude.
I'm a friggin' Akito.
Oh God! What about me? Let me
Nick,
say my
I thought you already said yours.
I didn't say shit, dude.
I was also gonna say
from the
Misato.
season. Oh yeah, dude, she's
Fruit
the ultimate
cake.
Christmas cake.
Oh,
But,
Christmas
like,
cake.
Dude, real fucking talk. Old JoJo or old Joseph Joestar from like Stardust Crusaders.
He's badass.
Actually, and the young one too. Stardust
young one, too,
Crusaders is
still.
so fucking funny. He's just like we can post a video where it's just him yelling in broken English the whole time.
Oh shit!
Oh my God! Holy shit! He just panics so fucking much. He's hilarious, and then he's also like really smart in part 2. And then my favorite female character right now is Chitoge from Nisekoi. Team Chitoge hype. Dude, best character design all time.
Nisekoi sucks.
Super kawaii. Dude, Nisekoi, like, this is going to be controversial. Nisekoi is like the best Shaft production ever made.
Get the fuck out of here.
You get the fuck out of my house.
I just love when Chitoge makes her faces. And then like she's casually arm wrestling I forgot his name, the main character. And she's like all sad and he's like, "Oh, I can surely beat her now. She's very sad." And she throws him across the room cuz like she's super strength. But not really. I don't know if it's a joke.
Oh my God.
But it is a joke.
Okay, so those are our favorite characters from our favorite shows.
My perfect body.
Nick has terrible taste, as always. And you should ask us more questions on the tweeters. Hashtag Ask Anime Summit.
Darling.
So,
So are we talking about anime now or
waifu of the
fucking
week?
jerking
What do
off?
we got for waifu
Why-
of the week from a spring
Waifu
show?
of the
From a spring
week
show.
is Lalaco
Luluco?
Godspeed. Lalaco Godspeed.
Fuck
is-
it, love pone.
Lalaco. I like Lalaco.
Lalaco-
I second
Lalaco
this.
Lalaco or
Godspeed.
Luluco.
No, her
Lalaco.
mother. I just said Lalaco.
Lalaco, that's
We
some
said
fucking hipster
Lalaco.
bullshit. Fuck that bitch, man.
Why is that
okay?
hipster?
I don't like when the wife, like the best girls, are like the side characters that are in like a little bit of the show. That just grinds
Why?
my gears.
Why?
Because it reminds me of the fucking our anime best girl contest.
She's best mom.
May it rest in peace.
So you had a fucking salty experience with Best Girl contest, and now you just hate her.
Yeah, people are voting in these side characters with fucking no screen time, no characterization.
And terrible people
Pisses
like
me off.
Saber.
Hey, Nick, I'm sorry. I'm going to let you finish, but it sounds like you mad, bro.
I am mad. I'm fucking
You
steamed.
want some fries with your salt? Jeez.
Shit taste.
Gish.
You could at least pick
Jeez.
Luluco. I get behind Luluco.
Hey, yo, you
in
want
more ways
some,
than
you
one,
want some
but,
cheese
like,
with that wine?
Yeah.
Hey, no, let's do the secretary. Over Justice's secretary.
Yeah, fuck it.
already.
Why not? Throw him in there.
She had less screen time than Lalaco, you dumb fuck.
That
Yeah,
was
Sam.
the joke, Sam.
So, Jesus Christ.
Oh, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm in a bad mood. Shut up, Nick. We're doing Lalaco.
Oh,
Shut
we're
the
doing
fuck
it.
up.
Lalaco Godspeed is Luluco's mom, who's a space pirate.
And that's it. Whoa. Okay. Let's move on.
She's got a life fiber cape and big old
Don't
boobs.
listen to Nick.
That's her whole character.
He just wants to rush through everything. It's like,
And
calm
she
the
just
fuck
wants
down.
her daughter to find young love or something.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of the whole point of that show. Should we just talk about Luluco now?
Yeah, the wife of the week, Lalaco. Now let's talk about Luluco for the rest of the episode.
It's a good segue. It's a good segue. No, I mean, it's part of the season.
Oh, yeah.
When you have to,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
say
No,
that
I mean,
to
it's the
the
best part of the
list, like-
season. It's the only good part about the season. Okay, maybe not the only good, but
Yeah, Lost Village,
Fucking
Maybe not
bitch.
the
Luluco.
only
Oh
good
my
part, but
God.
Trigger, man.
fucking
Trigger.
Luluco.
Based
Dude, Luluco, man.
trigger.
If
God, you guys are some
You-
fucking trigger
if-
Based
if you
word?
enjoy
Trigger.
Trigger's other shows like
Brody.
Sex and Violence with Mock Speed, Little Witch Academia, Inferno Cop, Kill La Kill, you need to watch Luluco.
Ninja Slayer.
You won't see anything for like Inoue Battle or Ninja Slayer's not in there at all either.
Yeah, that's kind of weird actually. Ninja Slayer was fucking. They could have just put in one yurt.
Or was it in
Give
there
me
for
a
one
yurt.
episode?
I feel like he might have been in there.
They probably did like some background shit like they did for the Kiznaiver
yeah.
Go Marines.
But
They probably
then
did some background shit going
Luluco
on.
at the end, a little bit of spoilers, but who really cares because the show's just fun. It doesn't really matter what happens. You find out Luluco is just Trigger-chan from Trigger's logo that they made like 5 years ago.
She's Miss Trigger.
Yeah, now we're gonna get 2 more Trigger shows probably.
She's Miss
for the other
Trigger.
girls.
For the other Trigger girls.
Dude,
Trigger,
Trigger.
please. Someone had to say it.
I mean, come on. Who the hell else comes up with mascots and then they're like, oh, let's just make anime that revolve around these mascots and then kind of
Any
work
other
them
studios
in
have
like that?
mascots?
Who
Like,
else
is there
does
something
that?
with it?
Have any other
Based
studios
Trigger.
really done a
Based
major
Trigger.
like thing where they just link a bunch of their original properties together like that?
Yeah, Gynax fucking. Well,
What did
Gynax
Gynax do?
pretty much is Trigger, so.
Freaking
Part of it.
Gynax, dude.
But what did
Dude, look
Gynax
at
do? That's like that, Nick. You
Fucking
can't just say
Diebuster,
Gynax.
bitch. We just talked about Diebuster. I'm saying bitch a lot
Diebuster
this
doesn't
episode.
have things from any of the older properties.
That's a lot of stuff. What are you talking about? Did we watch the same show?
Oh, here
It
we
directly
go.
references
Here
Ava.
we
Like,
go.
I'm pretty sure there's
Where?
some Fooly Cooly influence in there.
It has things
Hey,
that
Sam,
are
you got some
vague
popcorn?
Okay, it's
homages
not like
to it.
the in-your-face reference like fucking Luluco.
That
It's
is
like,
literally
look,
what I
it's
just
Kill
asked
a
about,
Kill.
Nick.
Everybody
I
look
asked
at this
literally
little
about
witch
something
homage.
Hey, yo, Sam,
that
can you
links
pass
the
me the
shows
popcorn?
together like that. And then you point to something that doesn't do that at all.
Oh, okay, you're saying links them together. I thought you meant homage. Yeah, well, it doesn't really link them, so yeah. But like, there's other examples, I'm sure. I can't think of any.
Good job, Nick. Fucking A.
Let's move on. Luluco. Solid
Nick is
short.
super salty about the fact that we like Luluco, I think.
No, I'm salty about Lalaco. Fuck that. Yeah.
Dude, Lalaco,
okay.
best
Best
girl
mom.
ever. Best grill. All time.
Best mom
Best
that
mom.
abandons her children.
And her family.
Yeah, best mom that abandons her
as high on
children.
Luluco as you guys are, or anyone else really.
Dude,
There's
Yeah,
just nothing
you're
to
right.
it. It's like a
You
first
mad?
love story, and it's pretty good, pretty fun. It's not bad, but it's just like everyone's like, it's the best thing ever.
Considering how much Nick says stuff like rule of cool
I
as
am mad.
justification
I
for
just hear
things,
you
why
mad.
don't you like
I just hear you
Luluco?
mad.
Rule of cool, because it's not cool. It's just referencing Trigger shows. Like, look at this show.
Actually,
We're
that's
putting it on
not-
there.
That's not even like
It is kind of cool sometimes. Like the first few episodes are cool.
that. The whole series is not like that though. It was literally like a couple episodes.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, so calm
it's
the
still
fuck
not
down.
The whole story with the black hole in
It's
it?
just it's still like not that interesting to me. Like the way they present stuff is kind of it's super cartoony and like not there's not a lot of ideas they explore. There's like one idea, and
yeah, about
it's a
how
short, 'cause short
worthless
shows
teen
can't do
love
that
is.
much. Yeah,
How it's both the most worthless and most valuable thing in the world.
yeah. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm just saying people are
Indeed.
overrating it. It's a short. Short
God.
shows by definition can never be good.
I gave
Give
it
it
a
over
justice out of
justice.
10.
I agree, Mac. I'll give it that too.
I literally, like on Mal, I threw a number in and
Fight
then I
for
gave it a
Nova-kun.
justice out of 10.
Justice, gun morphing.
Awake! Judgment gun morphing.
It's just too enjoyable. No, it's
love
not
that
like a
shit so
10
much.
or anything. It's not going to make you reevaluate your
it's
existence
not
on this
anything
planet.
because like you can't rate it on the same scale as a regular length show. There's
It's just
different,
fucking great.
why
They're
That's
did-
it.
different things entirely. So like you can't rate it on Mal. Like
It's just
that's
fucking
what
great.
bugs me.
As I said, I rated it a justice out
Oh
of 10.
yeah,
You
yeah,
mad?
exactly. I'm gonna rate it a Little Witch Academia out of 10. Whatever that means.
That doesn't really make sense. Little Witch Academia is
That
a
doesn't
10.
at all.
Well, they're both short, so
The Witch Academia is not
Hey,
as
you
short at
mad?
all.
well, yeah, but
Nick, you
combined
mad?
length of it, there's like 2 little OVA thingies.
It's OVAs. Yeah, OVAs.
So we're
Not
talking 90
shorts.
minutes.
Since
about
when
the same
is
length right
Fully
there.
Coolia short?
No, it's an OVA. Well, it's about the length of a movie.
But Little Witch Academia is
Actually-
short?
Isn't Fully Cooley an ONA? If I
No,
remember
it's not.
correctly?
No,
Because the internet wasn't invented until 2006, Mac.
Jesus.
Really? Nick, you are the biggest dumbass.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure ONA's.
Ooh.
Fully Cool is just OVA. It wasn't ONA.
Yeah,
Fully
definitely not. Even when Little Witch Academia like came out on the internet before the DVD shipped, it was still OVA, not ONA.
ONA is like really recent. That's like in the past few years.
Little Witch Academia. So what? I've never watched it. What is? Because
It's
on
Harry
Witch
Potter, but
Macadamia?
with girls.
but it's on Netflix, and all it says is 26 minutes. There's only one episode.
There's one
or
episode,
what?
and then
There's
there's
two
also
movies.
a second episode, and then they're gonna make a TV series later on.
Oh, okay.
And it
Which
was
Netflix
okay.
is
It was
gonna
it was
have.
from the I think it was from the animators project, like the Young Animators project, that
Yeah,
also
it's just
produced
one of the
Death
things
Death
that Trigger
Parade.
made.
Yeah, and that also spawned Death Billiards and Death Parade. So
It's just cute girls being witches and saving the world with
yeah,
happiness.
the
Sounds
and
first
stuff.
like
first
the
episode
26.
I liked better.
There's the first episode, and then the Enchanted Parade thing. That's like 55 minutes or whatever, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Enchanted Parade
Okay.
was great. I saw that Anime Expo last
Okay,
year.
this isn't about fucking Little Witch. Let's talk about more seasonal shit.
Fucking
God,
Luluco, man.
no one listen to Nick when he does that.
We're
It's
wasting
just like-
time with Little Witch. God.
Just
We got
like
plenty
let it
of
flow.
time.
Just
There
let
was
it
not
flow.
much.
Nick, you mad?
There was not much that was worth talking about this last season.
Really? Well, there's a few that are worth talking about. Like, I don't know. This season was really just like medium the whole time. Like nothing really stood out at all.
No, there
Speaking
were
of
definitely things that
Trigger,
stood out. It was just very,
Disagree.
very few that
what
were
about
worth it.
Kiznaiver?
That show did not
Kiznaiver-
stand out either.
Kiznaiver
Are you
was really
serious?
good.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Kiznaiver was awesome, dude. What the hell are you talking
Yeah,
about?
good directing. It looked cool. It was one of the better looking shows.
And it had
His-
the
Oh,
best story.
so
out
it's
of-
one of the
No, it
better
had the
looking
worst
shows,
story.
and it
Fuck
was one of
that.
the better
God.
directing shows.
What was wrong with the
just
story,
like-
Nick? Let's hear it.
Characters
Nick,
were annoying
Nick,
as
why are you
fuck,
stupid?
man. It was like juvenile bullshit, man. Like fuck. It just
So
pisses
what was the
me off. Like
problem?
the way that they ended the show was kind of lackluster. Like that last episode, they're like on the bridge, and then it's like, oh, he gives a little speech. They do the thing with Kokoro Connect where they directly state all of their feelings, and then their problems are solved. And on top of that, what's her name? Chidori was a fucking annoying bitch. I'm gonna say bitch again for the 20th time. I didn't like that character. And also, there's the one guy. What's his name? The masochist. He didn't do anything.
He was my
And
favorite.
the main character, well, he didn't do anything. That's fine. The main character was
He
annoying
did,
as fuck. The
actually.
white-haired guy. For most of the
Katsuhiro
series,
Agata.
yeah, he
Like
was.
what specifically though?
I just stated a bunch of specifics. Like the characters were
No,
not
like, that he was annoying.
that good.
He's asking.
Wait, so you stated the story sucked, and then you went off on a tangent about how you don't like the characters.
And also, they weren't that good. They were mean as fuck. Like they would hate on the fat kid and just like they'd like
You
just
mean-
like
well,
say
they made some
mean
jokes
shit to
about
You
him.
mean
him
like
because he was a
normal
hot guy?
friends
Yeah.
would? Like normal
Except they weren't
would?
friends. They were just
You mean
acquaintances at that point.
They were totally
But-
friends. Nico made sure they were friends. Okay.
Yeah, Nico was friends with everybody.
Nico.
She was like the fan service girl.
I love
I don't
Nico.
know.
Nick, are you trying to sit there and say that
I
you
just-
know fucking Boku no Hero Fartademia was better than Kiznaiver?
Yeah.
Like, because never the characters were pretty well written, and
I
while
don't know.
it could be argued that they were fairly well attached to archetypes, they weren't too cookie cutter in that regard for the most part.
Oh, and the other thing is they like rushed like the what was it? I think the Okada had written a lot more than 12 episodes worth of material, so they just had to cram a bunch of shit in and like skipped some character arcs. Like for example, the masochist
No,
guy.
but according to Mac,
the
that's what
masochist
makes
didn't have any
Gunbuster
arc.
great,
He had
is that
nothing.
they wrote too much and crammed it all in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like Gunbuster, except this isn't Gunbuster, so
Let's not do that.
Gunbuster's 100,000 times better.
That
than
argument is in the past.
and that was not what made Gunbuster good anyway. So
But I
like,
don't
yeah,
see,
I'm not gonna
like,
talk
what's the problem that you have with the story of Kiznaiver?
well, like I said, the way they
Because the
way that
story is
they
about
explored the
connecting with
characters-
people.
Yeah, it's connecting. It's empathy. That's all it is. It's empathy. They're trying to, share their pain and all that. And yeah, it was well directed. It looked good, especially for a Trigger show. It's probably the best looking Trigger show.
So then what was wrong with the story?
It wasn't that they were trying to just share the pain. It was just they were trying to connect, and
that's what I said, Sam. Empathy. That's what empathy is. And yeah, like what was it?
Yeah, thanks for fucking interrupting.
Because I already said it. Though.
So what was wrong
because
with the
that's
story?
not what I was trying to say. You fucking retard.
Well, I said what was wrong. They didn't have enough things fleshed out.
Wrong.
The characters.
No, here's what was wrong.
They had like one
weren't
character
fleshed
arc
out.
with the girl who wrote the manga, and then everyone else was kind of shafted a little bit. At least a couple of them were. And
How
what
so?
was it? Like what happened in like in the middle, like the second, third, or whatever. God, it's been like 3 weeks since I saw this.
Like you just keep saying generalized things.
I don't know. Mostly, I didn't like the fact that they skipped a lot of the characterization or the character development for some of the other characters.
So
and
what were some of the
also,
characters that could have used more?
I said it like 5 times already. The
You haven't-
Masochist guy.
maybe you said it all.
and
Masochist
Chidori.
guy does a bunch with the main dude in that time period where they're trying
He
to
just
be
hangs out with
disconnected.
them. Like he doesn't do that much.
Almost as if they have conversations and like talk
Yeah,
about
they have
things.
pointless conversations.
They
Almost as
weren't
if
pointless.
sometimes having conversations with people is how you work things out.
Yeah, but that's
Almost
does
as
not
if that
make
was
for-
their
it
entire
does not
fucking
make for a good
show.
TV show. It doesn't
No,
make for a good
here's why
TV
Nick
show, not
hated
the way
it
they did
because he's an emotionless retard who can't fucking
Yeah, well, I'm
talk
not a
about his
fucking.
feelings.
I don't like cry
And-
at the drop of a pin. Like Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
I'm
other
not
people
saying you have to
function
cry at a
like
drop of a
that.
pin, but because
Or drop of a hat.
Katsuhira had a conversation, a pretty deep one, in
wasn't
their
deep.
living room
There's
at night
nothing
watching
deep about
TV, because you probably weren't paying attention to it because it
I
was,
was
on in
paying
the
attention. I
background
watched
for you.
it. No, I watched it in the foreground. I don't remember. It's been like 3 weeks. I've been doing a lot of shit in the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, so have I.
I've been doing
But
more.
Some took lots of shits in the last 2 weeks.
I'm not gonna fucking compare to you whose life is more hectic than the other because I'd probably win. Anyways, the fucking conversation in the living room, that fucking 2 minutes
I don't
was
remember
actually
it,
pretty
so-
important. You don't remember because
I
you
don't
weren't
remember.
paying
I don't,
attention.
see, I can't argue the details because I just literally already forgot a lot of it. So
Because you weren't
and
paying
I did
attention.
no, I did pay attention. I watched. Sam, do you know how many shows I watched this season? I watched like 23 or something, plus some other
I don't
shows
wanna
that were
hear-
not airing.
I don't want to hear that excuse.
Plus, I was just at a convention this whole weekend, so I don't
So was
remember.
I.
don't care. Because when you guys were telling me to watch more shows and try and work them in, that's exactly what I did. So I don't want to hear that excuse.
Yeah, but that's different though, Sam, because I'm watching like triple what
I
you're
just-
watching.
We
yeah, and
can't
I'm
really
doing triple what you're doing.
discuss with you what about the show if your biggest
I
complaint
gave
is
you guys
just
examples.
that it
I
was
don't have
bad.
I don't have the specifics though. I think we should move
Yeah, but
on
you-
to another show. Like
you
we'll agree to disagree.
started off by
that,
saying
like,
the
you
story
guys
is
like it, I
bad,
don't
but
like
you
it.
haven't mentioned why the story is bad.
No, mostly the characters are not that good.
I see what he's saying about the characters.
The premise was really cool. The premise was interesting where they connected their pain and all that, but it was like they didn't need to explain any of the science. They tried at one point to like explain the scientific mumbo jumbo, and it's like, why? Who cares?
Not really. They
Fucking
did the
just go with
basic
it.
amount
Not-
that was
I don't
appropriate for
remember
the show.
anything.
There's one episode where they did.
Going in depth about it. It was just very broad generalizations that were what you needed to know to basically understand the concept of the Kizna
Yeah,
system.
the most explanation they gave it was just the reasons why the blue-haired chick is so like cares so much about it, and it wasn't really about the
Sonozaki.
techno mumbo jumbo. It was more about the actual backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think we should just move on because I don't
Didn't watch
remember every
it. Yeah,
detail
we get
about it. I did watch it. I did not like.
well,
I
if
did
you
not
don't
like
like
it,
it,
as
you
much.
don't. If you don't like
I
it,
didn't
you
say
don't
it was.
like it.
It's not a
but-
bad show. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad. It just could have been a lot better.
No, I mean, if you don't
But
like
how
it, you
could it
don't
have
like
been
it. Like, I
better?
don't like.
I'm not going to get into it. We have to talk about a lot of other shows. It doesn't fucking matter.
We
at
got a
this
lot
point.
of time to talk. We don't have to talk about a lot of other shows. Most of them are shit.
Yeah, well, we'll skip like some of them. It's fine. I don't care anymore. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, well, let's talk about Nick's favorite show,
I don't fucking have a favorite. This season was like all the
Kabaneri
season.
of the Bitch Fortress.
That's not even my
Attack on
favorite. Dude,
Trains.
I don't even have a favorite anymore. This season was fucking weird. There was like a blob of
Attack on
shows
Trains is
at the top, and then there was
They
a blob of
basically-
shows in the middle, and then there was Kuma Miko. And then
They fight zombies with metal plates, and they fight trains, and then the Colossal Titan comes in at the end or something. Anyways, moving
no,
on.
Sam, that's okay. The thing about Iron Fortress is it is a rule of cool show, despite what Quokka is trying to say. He has no concept of what's cool and what's not. It's cool because there's fucking zombies and crazy fight scenes.
No.
That's what makes it cool, and it looks cool.
The way that you use rule of cool to justify things is wrong.
Okay, you can have a bad rule of cool.
Like
and
somebody said, man,
Iron Fortress is not
Kabaneri's
the best
story
rule of
really
cool.
falls apart. And you say, it doesn't matter, it's really cool. Like, no, the
because
story
it
still
really
needs
doesn't
to be
matter.
functional.
Kabaneri does not need a story. You do not go. I would not recommend this to anybody who wants a good story. That's not the point of the show. Just like Kiznaiver, Kiznaiver,
But
they don't
at
have
that
sword
point,
fights.
Why
That's not the
wouldn't
point
you
of
just
Kiznaiver.
recommend Luluco instead? Which is true
Because
rule of cool.
Iron Fortress
And the
is
story
100
doesn't
times
fall
more
apart.
interesting than Luluco. Luluco has one idea. Iron Fortress has like fucking badass fight scenes. Luluco is not well animated. It's Trigger. They're just pasting shit.
Luluco is greatly animated.
No, it's not.
And
It's
Trigger
really
can
not.
do good animation.
Trigger put all their stuff
What?
into Kiznaiver. Kiznaiver was well animated. That looked good.
Trigger's done other things that have good animation.
Not that many.
Wait,
They
so
have
because
two
I'm
different
really
groups.
confused. The way Luluco was animated was bad.
Did you look at the movement? Look at the movement of it. Yes, it was.
But
It was
So
It was
because it
very
wasn't
appropriate.
because it wasn't
I'm not saying
smoothing.
that they like put, but they probably didn't put any time budget into Luluco. They made short episodes. You can tell like they weren't like going nuts with it.
But that's the
And
style.
it's
though.
not the point. It doesn't have to have good animation. I'm not saying
That's like saying
it's worse. Like
that. But that's like saying Nintendo games suck because the graphics are bad.
well, I mean, there's like a balance. Like if it's bad enough
You're saying
to
they
be a
don't
detriment,
suck,
then it could be
Sam?
bad.
Is
but,
that what
like,
you're trying to say?
No,
the
Nintendo
style of
games
show that
don't suck.
Luluco is going for, the animation was not like a knock against it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying it made it worse.
But you just said that it made it not cool.
But it made Kabaneri better because the animation was interesting. It had the 80s character designer. I forgot his name.
This is gonna be Trigger the podcast.
Yeah, that's why I said
episode.
fuck off with Trigger. Let's like talk about other shit.
Trigger
I'm
saving
just
anime, man.
I'm just kind of
You
sitting
guys
back
are
here,
overrating it
just
so
letting Quokka
fucking
just-
much. It's like infuriating.
We're not overrating it. It just sounds like you're sipping on
the rest of the
Haterade.
season was
Yeah,
mediocre.
because you're overrating
We
it. I
wanna
am
talk
sipping
about
on
the things
Haterade
that were
because you're
good.
overrating it. That's the only reason.
Well, sipping on
Yeah.
Haterade because we're overrating it doesn't.
You gotta
make the show
balance it
bad.
out. Gotta balance it out.
So, Mac,
well, let's move
what
on
did
from
you
Attack
like?
on Trains.
Since you're just enjoying
Kabaneri
our
is one of my
yelling
top
at each other.
shows. It's like my top 3.
was
Despite the
that?
bad story, it's not even bad. It's just really straightforward, like super predictable.
Yeah, well, steampunk shit's overrated, so move on.
Steampunk
Fucking
zombies.
Kiznaiver and Luluco overrated. Jesus Christ. Some junior
Steampunk's been
high
overrated long
fucking
before
themes.
Kiznaiver was.
There were a lot of Tengas at Anime Expo.
Good, because Ting is awesome. He's the best character in that show.
Yeah, because Kiznaiver's a
He
good
actually is
show.
the best character in that show. But didn't have much
So
competition.
about Boku no Hero Academia.
Looks like garbage. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so. Well, you didn't even watch it, so.
I mainly need to give an
Get the fuck
update on
right
the
out.
fact that I kind of got over how I felt about the animation and art style at the beginning of the season. Like it works out for me. You know, I just got used to it. But man, there's that area right in the middle that is just like not good at all.
Yeah, where they're at the school training and stuff. Yeah, because they're only adapting like a couple chapters an episode, which is really slow.
Well,
but
No, it's like the beginning third or so is like good pacing, like things are happening, but it's not really rushing through. It's doing fine. And the end was very well paced where they're fighting off the
yeah,
villain
I just
invasion.
said the training arc where they're in school like battling each other, the fire guy
Let me
versus
fucking explain to the goddamn listeners, Nick. Shit.
the punchy guy.
Or
I don't
maybe
know any
fucking
character
Mac and
names.
Sam. And then in the middle, they're like, oh, we're going to have the students fight each other. And instead, they spend like 5 episodes with one of these battles, which is like half flashbacks.
It wasn't 5 episodes.
It was 10 episodes.
It felt like it, but it wasn't.
And it's just moving at a snail's pace for that one fight. And then they don't even like show other fights, really. They show them for like 2 seconds. You're like,
So
this
it's
is
like
dumb.
a Dragon Ball Z
Well, it's the
fight is
first-
what you're saying,
It's
right?
just the first season of probably multiple seasons, so
Which
Yeah,
which
but it's
means
like
it's probably going to be garbage, like I said.
it's going to be.
Then
a
they showed that like
medium-run
one
shonen.
punch where he punches up into the air and like blows up the building. They show that like 20 fucking times over the next 4 episodes. It's like, god damn.
Kiznaiver is really good, I agree.
Kiznaiver is great, man. It was
Dude,
very, very
Luluco
good.
saving
Oh, yeah.
anime. Holy shit.
She literally is. She became Trigger-chan to save anime.
Dude, it's not as good as Boku no Hero, Boku no Pico Academia because there's Dexter's Lab Guy and Frog Girl. And that is so much more interesting than anything that went on.
Oh my god.
Here's why Boku no Hero Academia. Here's why I didn't pick it up because the character designs look stupid. They look ridiculous. And then I'm not gonna watch
I was actually
an anime that's who's that main guy? The guy with the blonde hair, the hero guy.
All Might
All Might, yeah.
He looks stupid.
in
he got
his
dumb
non-hero
face.
form or his hero form.
He got dumb face.
He got dumb
Dude, I've been watching Space Battleship Yamato from the 70s, and there's a character called Zordar who looks a lot
Shimoneta,
worse
you
than that.
retard.
He's got eyebrows that connect into his forehead, and he has like these two bald spots above his eyebrows. It's the dumbest looking shit.
You know, funny thing, your eyebrows are typically on your head.
Yeah, they normally do connect into your forehead.
No.
No,
I
his
mean they
hero
connect
form.
like. Sorry, I meant no. They go like forehead. Like they unibrow and then they go straight up, like and spike into his head. It's so stupid.
But I was actually
His
thinking,
hero form, he looks like he has to take a shit all the time, and he's smiling.
You mad, dude?
well, yeah, he's just
I mean,
happy.
he kind of
He's
does.
a hero
Though.
of
Like,
justice.
his power
But
is that
Am
he's,
I
like,
mad
about to
that
take a shit.
Kiznaiver is best show? Probably not.
I was actually thinking Boku no
Not
Hero
the best show.
Academia's character designs were generally pretty good.
Yeah,
Because-
I think they're good.
Most of the designs are like simple with that one thing that makes them interesting, which is also brilliant for cosplay purposes because they're distinct but simple.
No, they look cool, but that dude's face looks stupid.
His
And
face
the
looks
Dexter's
stupider
Lab
when he's
guy-
in not
The
form,
Dexter's
not
Lab
super
guy
form.
and the one chick with the green hair has the best design.
Dude, I'm saying best one.
And
No, it's
that
all
guy
about
with the
dude
grenade
with like
gun
exhaust
thing.
pipes in his calves, man.
Dude, so all
yeah,
you gotta
the
do is
student
cosplay
council
is over
president.
justice. Just cosplay over justice, man.
Already working on it.
Trigger did put a mask on their website that you can print out.
Dude.
Yeah, Boku no
Already
Hero was
working on
more.
it.
It wasn't as interesting of a premise as Kiznaiver, but it was more solid because it was basic as fuck. Like how did they
It
mess
was
it
just
up?
like it's really hard to fuck it up, like what they were doing.
Yeah.
There's kind of just like nothing particularly special about it. It just
But
is.
this is just season 1 of Boku no Hero, so like it's hard to rate it. Like I don't know. I think it did a pretty decent job at doing a first.
They put it out
season.
as a single season, so you have to rate it. Like
You have to
they
rate.
put it out as one season, so you have to rate it as
I mean,
one
it's
season.
like a
You can't
full
rate it
point
on
higher
potential
than
futures.
Kiznaiver on Mal. So you mad some? I mean, people have spoken.
Except most people who watch anime are pretty stupid,
Oh, man.
like you. So
Well, if you
And me.
combine
Don't
if you
forget me.
combine all their brains together, they have to be right. Isn't that right, England?
no,
Shout out to England.
you know why Boku no
Wait,
Hero
did you
Academia?
just make a Brexit joke?
You know why Boku no
Sure, what?
Academia, Boku Farter Academia is good, and why a lot of people like it? Because a lot of people who watch anime are Narutards, so they would like that show. So yeah.
No, because the
way to be
Narutards
par-
are
way
older
to-
nowadays. So
Yeah, except way to be a Narutard. So whatever, get fucked. Anyways, moving on.
I got my headband on, Sam. I'm ready.
Bunghole Stray
Bunghole.
Dogs.
Nobody cares about
Am
Bunghole
I the only
Striped
one that
Cats.
finished Bunghole Stray
Uh,
Dogs?
I finished it. Yeah, it was. God,
Yeah, it's definitely very.
it was okay.
They didn't wrap up like anything.
Yeah,
There isn't
well,
like
there's
the,
another
like the season's
season.
over
There's
and
a
like
season
the season
2. Season 2 is coming out.
I know, but
So
it's
it's
still
like
one of those
Beavis and
things where
Butthead?
a lot of shows like kind of at least wrap something up, and it kind of just like
So
didn't.
So it's like
what happened was like the
It was
Port
like Beavis
Mafia
and
was
Butthead.
battling with the God. What's their agency? Whatever their agency is.
The
plus
agency.
like one other faction or something.
the agency.
Yeah, the agency.
What's the agency called? The agency. That's what it's called.
And then like
what's the number for
guy-
911?
What's the number for 911?
The main guy turned into a tiger,
Little
and he
rascals.
like got out of this girl's stand. She basically used a stand from where she like put him into this dream world. And then like this other super powerful guy who's like, haha, I'm the most powerfulest. And then he beats her. And then it's like season 2 coming later. And
Yeah, and then it's
Yeah,
the
Luluco
other
was
people
very
from
good. I
America
agree.
coming to fuck shit up.
Yeah. I can't wait for
USA.
season 2 of
USA.
Luluco.
Bungo Stray Dogs would be a lot better with a dub. Like every Bones show just needs the
Dude,
space
I agree.
dandy dub.
Kiznaiver would be great with a dub.
Yeah.
Put
I
Monica
don't
Rial on
agree.
that shit.
Bungo Stray Dogs had the voices for the characters really down.
No, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm sure they did a good job, but like I'm saying,
No, like
this is
the
the type
American
of
voices
show
are not
where
gonna be
I
able to
need a
capture those
dub.
characters.
I need a dub
Not
to
gonna
watch
happen.
Bungo Stray Dogs to pay attention because it's like hard to pay attention. You
Yes,
know, I
because
need it
Nick,
on
you
the
don't watch
background.
anime. We know.
Dude, I watch good anime like Iron Fortress
No, you play anime on a computer near you.
and Mayoiga.
Mayoiga was
Dude,
okay.
Lost Village.
Here's the thing.
Lost Village better than Kiznaiver.
Let's talk about Mayoiga for a second. Nick, it was not better than Kiznaiver.
It was so much better.
You're just saying that to troll now. This is why no one takes you seriously
Oh man.
at all. Like you'd rather like believe mouse scores over your own opinion.
It was,
and,
like,
that's-
worse.
Then you just troll with it.
It was worse, but I liked it more.
No.
So, in other
you
words,
liked it more because you
it's
can't. You
better
don't
in
watch
my
anything
mind.
serious. You can't watch anything serious.
I can, but
can't watch anything
not
real.
the way they did. Not with fucking Mario Kata writing shit. Even though she wrote both stories. Just realized that. Dude, and she wrote Iron Blooded Orphans, Sam. Are you mad now? Because she did like a bad show and a good show. And then a bad
There
show
are
that's
plenty
also
of
a good
Done
show.
a
great-
lot of other good shows.
There are
too.
plenty of great writers who write crap and write really good stuff. So no, I'm not mad. That shit happens all the time. I paint millions of pictures every month. 80% of them are crap. 20% of them are good. That's just how it works, okay? I'm sorry that you can't relate to that because you're a fucking retard.
So do you sell
Okay?
the bad ones for like a discount then?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I do.
As far as
Nice.
Mario Kata is concerned, she just had to do. She had too much restrictions on her for Gundam.
But here's what I was gonna say about Mayoiga. Yeah, and that's probably true. Here's what I was gonna say about Mayoiga. I early on shit on Mayoiga because of how stupid it was.
The early parts were the best parts, dude.
But there's that
No,
one girl
those
with
are
the
Those are the
lion
worst parts.
hoodie.
The early, middle, like all the way up to like episode 9 or 10 was so good.
Okay, first of all, this anime was like, it started off kind of like real, you know? Like there's these people who got on a bus to go to this village that probably didn't exist. They're all stupid. All these people are all stupid.
Sam, you're missing the point. This is a comedy anime.
Okay, let me finish though. No, it's not. I'm not gonna
Yes, it
make up a
is.
genre for it. I'm not gonna make up a genre just to justify it. Okay,
How is comedy a
that's-
made up genre?
I'm not gonna. No, I'm saying that I'm not gonna add a genre to it to justify like the story.
Yeah, because last time I checked,
I don't know.
Mayoiga
It says
wasn't
it
listed
says
as a
drama, horror,
comedy.
mystery, and psychological.
Yeah, Mal doesn't get shit right. Isn't that right?
And
Coco?
even
They put
calling it a
slice of life
comedy
on
means
everything.
it's a terrible comedy.
That's like calling the
Dude,
Super Mario
Is
Brothers
the
movie a
room
comedy.
is
Dude,
the
I
movie
just-
The Room
honestly,
a
I
comedy?
just
No,
laughed
it's
at
not
it.
officially
I
a
just
comedy,
laughed at
but
it
it's
'cause it
funny
was
as
so
fuck.
damn
Is
bad.
Army of Darkness a comedy? No, but it's fucking funny.
But do you understand the problem, Nick? Because it's taken as a comedy and not what it was originally meant to be. That's what makes it bad.
That's what makes it good. That's what
Wait,
makes
are
it
we having
better.
a death of the author discussion?
A good
Yeah,
good comedy,
no.
sure, but that's not what it was meant to be.
It doesn't matter what
Like
it's meant.
Super-
It doesn't matter what it's meant to be, Sam. It's fucking good. At the end of the day,
No, it's bad because it was so bad you had to take it as a comedy to even watch that fucking shit.
Why should I have to falsify a genre for it to make it good? To justify
you don't
it?
have to.
The show was
You
just
don't have
bad.
to, but that is what makes it good. So if you watch it trying to be serious, then it's gonna be bad. Yes.
But that's what
Because the movie's trying to be serious. The show. Movie? What?
But that's what
Thing?
Mal tells you. Oh wait, you think
Nice
Mal's
one,
wrong
Coco.
about Kiznaiver, but you're listening to it about a different show. Whoa.
That's a genre. That's not someone's opinion.
I mean,
you
I would
retard.
say
Genre is
Mal's
also
not
opinion.
always going to get the genres.
Genres
correct,
are also
but-
an opinion, Sam. It's all subjective.
What?
I could label something as drama, and it's not
The
a drama.
writer writing the story meant to write it as a comedy. Is that what you really think?
Nick, the
I think-
problem
I
with your
think that they
argument here
produced it as a
is
comedy,
that
yes.
if it was a comedy,
my
it would
God.
still be terrible.
No,
That's
it's
where
good,
your
dude.
argument falls
it's
apart.
so fucking good, dude. Because it
wasn't even
just,
that funny. To
It
be
like
honest.
subverts all your expectations. You think it's gonna be this schlocky, campy
I'm sorry.
B
if you're
horror
listening
movie
to this.
thing, and then it turns out
And instead, it's the
it's just
schlocky,
a
campy,
regular ass
terrible
story.
comedy.
They fall asleep and they go home.
There's a lot of B movies out there that are also just bad. So I mean,
There's a lot of Kiznaivers out there that are bad too. So
Nick, you're just hating on Kiznaiver because we all like it. You're fucking retarded. You know Mayoiga's a piece of shit, so you just want to keep trolling with it the whole time.
I think Mayoiga is the most
fucking
interesting
stupid.
show of the season. It was the most interesting.
You know what? I was about to say how it was unexpected and the ending was kind of cool and I liked it, but now I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm just going to say how I fucking hated it.
It was kind of lame, but it also
No, it was cool
subverted a
because
little bit.
these stupid fucking people got what was coming to them. That's why it was cool.
They
Because
didn't
all these
know they
people
didn't.
who got on the bus,
They learned their lesson.
they didn't know it because they're fucking stupid.
What do you mean?
They're all stupid.
Wait, Sam.
The show is stupid. You're stupid. Move on.
How did they get what was
Fucking
coming
move
to them?
on.
Nobody died.
We're done.
Like nothing
We're
bad
done.
happened.
Move on. No, but that monster came out and started terrorizing them. Move on.
Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. They all survived.
Doesn't matter. Move on. Hey, let's all get on a fucking bus and go to nowhere. Let's fucking do that real quick.
Dude, and then like the way they introduced like 30 characters where they just like
Do you
describe
understand?
themselves.
Do you understand
Oh
that the
my
mystery
God.
aspect of this was terrible? It was not good. It wasn't written good at all.
Yeah. Because they're just betraying your expectations on purpose. That's what makes it funny.
And it's not
They're
supposed to be
setting
funny.
you
It
up.
was not
They're
meant to
setting
be
you up
funny.
for something, and then they're just taking it
The
away.
show,
That's what
the show
comedy
was not
is.
meant to be funny. That's the point.
Dude, in the words of Love Pond, the show was agorable.
And if it was meant to be funny, it didn't do it very well. It still didn't do it very well.
Dude, the way the characters just like blatantly said the jokes, like the text was the joke. Where there's like everybody was posting that image at the end where the guy's like, "Who even cares at this point?" It's just like,
Yeah, because he was
It's
probably
so
only one of
fucking
smart
funny.
people in the fucking group. You want to know what animes were
No,
better
they
than
were all
that?
dumb.
Fucking Tanaka-kun and Sakamoto were better than that.
technically,
anime.
yes.
In the future, whenever somebody asks about Nick's shit taste, we just need to point them to episode 57.
Yeah,
Dude, Lost Village,
exactly.
School Days are better than all of the shows this season.
Okay,
Oh,
I just have
totally
to say this. I just have to say something. This is stupid. This is really stupid, Nick. Really stupid. Because you want to look at the aspects of like you're not even looking at the story at all, except when it's something you don't like. Then you'll look at the story and characters. But then when it comes to something like,
Well, the story doesn't matter.
it was
that much.
it was unexpected and whatever. That's what makes it good. No, that
Nick,
doesn't
what
mean
if I
anything.
told you
That's what makes the humor
story didn't
good.
matter that much in Kiznaiver, but it was all about the characters?
Yeah, and that's why the show wasn't very good. The characters weren't that good. that was my argument. I said it had a good premise. It was a cool premise.
But Mayoiga's
Nick,
good.
You
Yes.
literally just watch anime.
It's
just
funny because
in a weird
Mayoiga,
way.
the characters are like not good, but then they're so bad that they're good because they're all
You
this is like this
probably-
deadpan humor. Like they have like no sympathy for anybody. They have these elaborate backstories that go nowhere. It's fucking hilarious.
Man, I'm done.
So High Fury, Mac, what
Oh,
are your
dude.
thoughts on High Fury?
The show was great.
Oh, wow. I didn't know your name was Mac. Please continue, Mac. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways. High Furry, right, man? Fucking last episode. Love that shit. Fucking blowing shit up. Fucking fighting.
Dude, they used like a
Loved it.
parachute to turn their
But
battleship.
all in all of shit being said, all in all, it was enjoyable to watch, but it wasn't really that great. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
it's kind of like shut up. It's kind of like if you go out to, let's say, Dairy Queen and you get your favorite or not McFlurry, that's McDonald's. You get your favorite Blizzard or whatever, right? And you're like, yeah, that's pretty good, but it's nothing great. It's nothing like homemade. There's no personal touch to it. There's nothing special to it. It's just there. It's certainly not near as good, in my opinion, as Girls and Panzers was,
yeah.
but I certainly loved it.
So it wasn't
just because I play
Wait, so
World
wasn't
of
Girls
Tanks
and
shit.
Panzer like less serious or like more self-aware or something? I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
But-
Girls Who Panzer's story is specifically designed to where all the fights are just totally fun because
Yeah,
there isn't
and
really
instead-
much at stake.
Instead, High Furry does this weird thing of mixing in that kind of serious notion to it with the rats, which never even gets explained with
Yeah.
that virus.
I was about to
bullshit.
ask that because I
Never
haven't
did.
finished it. I'm like, what is with the alien rat tech monsters.
Nothing ever gets explained. It's like introduced as the catalyst of what causes things to happen, and then nothing else is spoken about it.
But that's okay because you
And
look at the
you
Moe
just take
character
that as
designs
that.
and you just bathe in the cuteness.
And boats.
Shut
And
up,
boats.
Nick. God.
That was the best part of that show.
You're-
Was the
you're
character
like
designs.
spout-
It was so
Like,
great.
what the hell? Did you literally go to the bathroom before this happened, take a shit and eat it so you could literally spew it out this whole fucking
No,
podcast?
but true story.
Because that's literally what you've been doing.
After the Cleveland Cavaliers won, some fan went on the street and picked up some horse shit and ate it.
I don't care. That's not anime related. Shut up.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, certainly wasn't as good as Girls and Panzer. But if you have the free time to watch it, and if you like that kind of sort of show, and you can get
And
past,
if you like World
know,
of Warships, right?
the story kind of sucking.
If you like
Yeah,
Moe, just watch it.
If you
It's
like
Moe.
World of Warships, it's you'll probably like it. But yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot I can say on it though, because it didn't do anything groundbreaking, and the story was lackluster in my opinion.
So Mac, would you
And
say you?
The whole one character that you see for like one episode, and then you don't see her ever again until the last episode, and then you get mystical, magical flashbacks of what,
Oh,
had been,
fuck, I
what has
hate
been happening
flashbacks.
on board that ship
I hate flashbacks
for
so
the
much.
last episode, and then they go back into the fight.
So Mac, would you
And it
say
was
that?
just- It's just no.
Would you say that you high furiously masturbated to the show? High furiously, get it? All right, next show.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Nick. Oh my
Dude,
god.
is it just me, or
We-
is Nick being stupid?
What
or
Some
about
people
something?
have
Tanaka-kun?
asked.
Some like I like Tanaka-kun and Sakamoto. Like those were good.
We really
I
need to
did
talk
like
about
Tanaka-kun and
ReZero though. Since
Okay,
people
let's
have
talk about all of them
been
at
asking
once.
us
If
about-
we all just speak at once, we can cram it all. Like it saves time.
I don't want to talk about ReZero.
All right,
We
Kolka,
kinda
take it
need to.
away,
Didn't they ask
ReZero.
us about it specifically
That's ReZero is like the
Well, on
on
highest.
the last episode?
It's the highest ranked, so we should talk about it.
Yeah, so like ReZero, the
Sucks.
story definitely starts out super fucking basic and shitty completely. But the characters get quite a bit better, though towards the end of what would be the spring season, as it's still gonna go on in the summer. The story kind of isn't making any sense. Like every time he wakes up, he just does stuff completely different, and they don't really connect together that well. And I'm not totally.
What episode are you on?
I just finished the curse stuff where we found out about Ram's horn being lost and all that.
That's like what 9 or 10. I don't
11 or so. It's
Like,
like,
they're on 14
why
now.
did he think that there would be something in the village to curse him when he had not been cursed by anything in the village ever before?
Well, he deduced it. It was process of elimination. I don't know. They went through it.
No,
they
but how
explained
did
it.
he
It
think
wasn't-
that? Like, we've had this conversation in the Discord, and
Yeah.
you kind of missed what my question was every single time.
The lolly, the goth lolly. What's her name?
Lolly.
The
Nice.
magical lolly. What's her name?
Beatrice.
Beatrice. Yeah. She
Lolly.
She eventually tells him that he's cursed, and then he's like deduces like where did it come from, and then he notices he had a bite mark on his hand. He's like, oh shit,
Yeah,
it's the
Nick,
dog.
that is after the fact, just like I told you in Discord
well, he
when we
figures
talked
it out.
about this.
He figures out that he's
He
cursed
went
before
to the
that.
village to get cursed. That is
Yeah.
the part that I'm having the problem with. Not how he figured out that the dog cursed him after the fact. It's that he went to the village to get cursed.
No, he went to the village to help with errands and also
No,
to
he
scout
didn't,
for.
because he went and talked to Beatrice ahead of time about curses. Then he went to the village and touched everybody and made sure he remembered where they touched him so that he would
Yeah.
have a better chance of figuring out which one cursed him.
Then what's the question?
How did he know that he was going to get cursed going to the village?
Because he fucking died earlier because of the curse.
But he never went to the village and was cursed by the dog.
Yeah, he was. In the previous lives, he got bit by the dog, and then bam, he gets murked. Later on,
This doesn't make any sense.
in at least one previous iteration, he did get bit by the dog, and that shit happened. to him.
I'm not watching it, so
Anyway,
I can't really
it is
comment on
explained.
it.
Maybe not perfectly, but it's
Show's
explained.
just so it's just so jumpy and feels so
Subaru is
disconnected.
he's a pretty cool character. I like Subaru.
I am taking the Futurama neutral stance to
Basically,
this. I have no strong
Rem and
feelings
Ram
one way
are
or
like-
What I
the
did,
other.
yeah,
Very
Ram and Rem
character.
are really great. The big thing
And
that I really
Amelia,
loved
Amelia.
about Ram and Rem's backstory is how
One's a
Rem
computer
isn't super.
memory
Yeah, one's a
stick.
RAM
Yeah.
stick.
How Rem isn't pushing to be really hard because of the fact that she may have been the reason why Ram lost her horn, but most specifically because she was happy that Ram lost her horn in that moment. And she just feels super guilty about feeling that way. Which was a small touch because that wasn't something that was expressly explained even in later when they were explaining why they didn't specifically hit that. They just touched it enough so that you knew it was there. I thought that was a really good touch because it's also similar to one of a major contributor to things like PTSD is like when, say, you're in a convoy and a truck gets blown up, a lot of people have a moment where they're like, thank God I wasn't the one that got blown up. And then they feel super shitty for thinking that. Because there's will be that
Natural
moment. It's like, wow,
reaction,
I was
gotta-
just happy that somebody
Yeah,
else
look out for
died.
number one. Dude, I'm happy that other people die, man. That means I'm alive. I'm not happy. That's not the right word, but
You're so fucking stupid. I hate you.
I wrote
so
a
much.
very saucy fan
But I just thought that was
fiction
pretty good.
for Ray
we'll see
Zero
how the show
that
goes.
I might post in the show notes. It wasn't really. It was like a 1-paragraph karma whoring post. I would read it, but it's just gonna get.
Are there any other shows that were really worth
God.
mentioning? On Hoppy
Yeah.
wasn't really
Yeah.
good.
Tanaka
Flying
and
Witch
Sakamoto.
was
Okay.
Let's talk about why Kuma Miko
Yeah,
was
we should
complete
talk
garbage.
about Kuma Miko
Oh,
too.
Kuma Miko.
The ultimate train wreck of the season.
It was the ultimate train wreck. It was very bad, and I got very hyped for it and very excited. And it started, and then even Mac and Coke were like, "Oh my God, Sam's gonna love this," and then I did. I was in love with it, and then the last 2 episodes just shit on the whole entire show. They literally ruined the whole show.
I think you should spoil it for people.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they convince her, like, the Yoshio, her cousin, wants to put the village on the map, so they convince her to do this idol contest in the cities.
A local doll?
And
Her name is Machi. Just
A local doll?
whatever.
oh yeah, sorry, yeah, her name is Machi. The main character's name is Machi. The bear is Natsu. Machi is a shrine girl. She's a shrine maiden, and Yoshio is her cousin in the village who works for the city. Anyways, he convinces her to do this. She's got really bad anxiety. Okay, so when she's in front of a large group of people she don't know, she thinks they're saying one thing to her, or throwing rocks at her when they're not, and insulting her and making fun of her for being a
country bumpkin?
a country bumpkin, like she lives in the boonies. Oh, she's a country girl, whatever. And she does
must
this
fuck
idol
that bear.
contest. She agrees to, Jesus Christ. She agrees to do the idol contest because she's just like, you know what? I want to go in the cities. I want to prove to Natsu that I want to go to high school in the cities. Because the whole premise of the show is trying to convince Natsu to let her go to school in the cities. And throughout the show, they have her do all this shit. Anyway, she does this idol contest, and her anxiety takes over. She does really good because she gets into a mode and does her skit, but then she sees all the shit and whatever. After having an anxiety mind break because of all the people that she thought were laughing at her and throwing rocks at her, she reverts to kind of a childlike self and just lets Natsu do everything and explain everything for her.
Yeah, that's
she-
basically
she-
the ending of it. And
That's basically the ending.
what's really
that's it.
funny is I didn't even at first I kind of didn't process that. I'm like, oh, that was kind of cute, and then I thought about it for a second, and then I read the comments on the discussion threads and Twitter and everything, and everyone was like,
Nick-
what the fuck,
Nick-
Kuma Miko?
Nick, you had the same experience I did, because at first I was kind of well, that was kind of a weird ending. That was kind of dumb. It wasn't very climactic. It's whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that was a whatever, I guess. And then later, when I had read, Nick had directed me to the Reddit article, and when I had read what people were saying, I was like, wow, I relate to this in a way that I don't want to relate to it, and I think this is really
it
terrible.
completely goes against the whole purpose of the show.
Yes.
The ending just is a big middle finger to the whole premise, and that's why
Which
it's
is-
bad.
Which is why I said, yeah, it shits on the rest of the show.
And it's scary because nobody helped her. They all just kind of let her get fucked over.
Yeah, and then
nobody
Natsu
really
was
listens or realizes that Machi's fucked up.
Yeah, and Natsu selfishly got what he wanted because he didn't want her to leave. So she was like, "Oh,
You got a sex toy back.
yeah, Jesus Christ."
Dojin will be
Fucking
linked in the
God.
show notes.
Link in the show notes.
So being that I love bears and bears are life, next to my cat Smokey, this was very disappointing, and I still want a Natsu plushie. You can send that to P.O. Box
123 Fake Street.
123 Fake Street, and I will go and grab it.
So we're talking about Kuma Miko, right? My buddy in Japan sent me a message over Skype about 5 or 6 days ago, and this is what the message says. Oh God, I just saw the shittiest ending to a slice of life anime. Like, most slice of life endings aren't that great because they usually try to force some conflict to occur. There's no real ending at all.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I can't even express what this feeling is. I think it's anger. The anime in question is Kuma Miko. Like, I heard ahead of time it was shit, and I didn't even see that kind of ending coming. I was dumbstruck for a few minutes because I wasn't sure what happened. Holy fuck Jesus.
Yeah, and see, for me, and I think a lot of listeners know that I have really bad anxiety. And for me, it wasn't something like, oh, triggered, sensitive. Oh. It wasn't that. It was just like, no, it literally shit on the rest of the show. Like what Nick said, it literally shit on the premise of the whole thing. And it was really dumb. And if you want to watch it, just watch the first 8 episodes.
Oh, and
the
OVA is good. Had an OVA.
Oh, the
that
OVA
recently
was really
came out.
good.
That was good.
The OVA I liked.
But yeah,
the
we should
OVA
move
was
on.
good. But
You know,
We
we
should quickly mention some other shows here.
Slice of Life,
Final thoughts.
Flying Witch
Okay,
was
guys.
average.
Okay, pause
Move on.
for a minute here. Yeah, we should figure out how we're gonna do this because we still have 5 more shows, like Tanaka,
No,
Sakamoto.
we don't. They're all terrible.
Flying Witch, Bakuon, Joker. We don't really talk. Fuck Joker game.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
No, Ushio to Tora actually. Ushio to Tora was legit good, and JoJo was Bizarre Adventures
I
anime
definitely heard
season.
that. Well, I mean,
I think we
JoJo
should
is
mention
JoJo.
We need to
Bakuon
mention-
and Macross Delta.
Yeah, we need to
and
mention
JoJo.
Bakuon. No, we can skip Macross. It's not even done yet. But Ushio to Tora second season was it was kind of worth it because you had to watch 26 episodes to get there, and the first season was a little bit hit or miss. It's animated by Studio Mappa, so it looks fantastic, and the second season really kind of brought up all that climax. They fight the big giant monster Hakumen no Mono, I think is his name. And it just has this really, it's a really solid ending to a shonen. It has a great soundtrack. It looks great. And if you like shonen, watch Ushio to Tora. It's very, very good. It's better than My Hero Academia, at least the second season. But yeah, that's one of my better shows of the season.
Okay,
Of course,
that's nice.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is the anime of the season by default.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about. I was watching Kuramurkuro, but that's still going.
So Sam watched Tanaka-kun and Flying. Did you watch Flying Witch as well?
I did. It was okay.
Would you agree
I
that
don't know.
Tanaka-kun is a little better, or how do you feel about that?
Yes, no, I would, because Tanaka-kun is blatantly hilarious.
Yeah,
And Flying Witch tries to be this really cute and kind of cutesy funny, but it just is average at best. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Tanaka-kun was straight up he just sleeps. He's he's just an asshole. He just falls asleep. The dude literally carries. I forget his name already. The dude literally carries
Ota?
him. Ota.
yeah.
Yeah. He has to he's okay. I think we'll go and do this. Okay, and then he has to carry him anyway. And it's just it's just blatant humor, And Flying Witch tried to be
It
a bunch of
reminded
different
me
stuff.
of ASMR. You know that thing where you try to get relaxed, or people are whispering in your ear a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And it was a light show. It was nice. It had some of the episodes were in my opinion pretty poor, but then some of the other episodes were really good. So
There's 3 or 4 that I remember that I really liked.
yeah,
and the
there's
rest
probably
of it's kinda
about
just
3 or 4 that
average.
were pretty good, and then the rest of them, honestly, you can skip a lot of them. It's just
It
not
felt
that
like it should
necessary.
have just been shorts instead.
I mean,
There is a short
I feel like they
that
could've just
goes
made
along
better
with it. It
episodes.
should have just been that. It's called Flying Witch Petite, I think, or whatever. But yeah.
Well, like, because they made a bunch of good there was like the first and last episode were good, and then there was like 2 more that were pretty good in the middle, and then the rest of them you could skip, honestly.
I like the one with the Harbinger, the Spring Harbinger. I thought that one was really cool. And then the one with the girl with the ears, and like she turns into like a fox or whatever.
Oh yeah, is she the one? Is she the one? No, that's a different character. Who's the white-haired girl who like laughs at them?
That's her sister.
Yeah, she's pretty funny.
Yeah,
But
she was cool.
It's nothing really. If you like this healing type of show, then it's does an adequate job of that. But yeah, there's nothing.
Which sucks because I was hyped for that too. But
well, I mean, if you want a really good healing show, watch Aria. That's the best one by. I mean, or not Nambiori, but
wrap it up and pick our best shows, our favorite shows.
Shout out to Sakamoto for also being a very good comedy.
Sakamoto was really funny.
It had a pretty bittersweet ending too, but
it sucks. I wanted my favorite show. My favorite show is probably, I don't know. You guys go first. I gotta think.
Luluco.
I don't want. I would say Luluco, but it's a short, so I'd probably.
Uchu Patrol Luluco, solid. Why can't a short be best show?
it can.
No, it can. It's just
not for
me
my
personally.
not for me personally. Wait,
Yeah.
Jinx.
See, I can see the Luluco. I can see that.
It's
I
just
think I'm
fun.
gonna have to go on the other trigger side of the coin though. I think I got to go with Kiznaiver on that one. For me personally, out of the shows that I saw, Kiznaiver.
You're just a Mario Kart fanboy, Mac.
I would say Kuramukuro because it's a robot anime and I love it, but it's not done yet. So, but the first 13 episodes are on Netflix, so I'm gonna finish watching because I didn't finish.
Didn't you say after like the
this
first
half?
3 episodes that it wasn't any good?
The first 3 are kind of boring. It's like really introductory to everything, but then when you get into it, it gets better. I'll probably just say either Tanaka-kun or Kiznaiver. I'd probably one of those two. I can't.
Dude,
decide.
say Tanaka.
Well, Tanaka-kun
See
is
what
different.
Nick is gonna
Gotta
say. He's
represent.
probably gonna say like
All right,
Chitoge
boys.
or some
Are you
shit.
ready for this?
He's gonna say Kabaneri. He's gonna say Tonkatsu DJ probably.
No, that was Chris's favorite.
Super lovers.
I actually dropped that. What was it? Okay, not counting
Whatever,
JoJo.
no drop club, Nick.
Not counting JoJo. I also dropped Concrete Revolution. Fuck that show. JoJo's
Yeah,
Bizarre
that show's
Adventure
dumb.
is the number 1, but that's kind of doesn't count. The real number 1 for me was shit. Where was it? I kind of have a tie. Okay, I have Iron Fortress, Bakuon, Mayoiga, and Ushio to Tora.
I did watch the first couple episodes of Kabaneri. I would say pick that one.
If anybody was confused about Nick's shit taste, there it is. There you have it.
But
Nick doesn't have shit taste.
I
I think
love
he just
those
watches
shows,
stuff
dude.
weird. Like I don't know. He
you just have to get
watches
in.
it.
You just got to get
He
in this
likes things
crazy
that are
mindset.
terrible.
Oh
So-
man, it was great though.
So those have been our top picks for the season. You should tweet at us yours.
Best girl of the season is Mume. Then Love.
So I've
And also the
been Koka.
American from Kabaneri.
With me has been Mac, Nick, and Sam, and this has been the Anime Summit Podcast. If you like the show, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Anime Summit or leave a review on iTunes.